started. We start with the feet, and what we're going to do is we're just going to make sure the toes feel alive, the ankles feel alive, everything under the foot feels alive. Now this is best, like I've said before in the other videos, if you can do it outside, if you can do it on slightly uneven ground, the grass, to get your feet really activated. It's not as effective in shoes, but still it's better than nothing. Here we're on a soft surface, so it's a little bit harder to balance. We'll see how we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up onto the balls of the feet. So the heels will be off the ground, and then back down onto the heels, so lift the balls. So heels, toes or balls of the feet, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels, toes. And make sure when you do this, don't just come up a little bit. Yeah, don't just come up a little bit. Go right up, stretch, really open up the feet, open up the toes. And then when you go back down, onto the heels, lift up. Lift up. Yeah, not just a little bit. Try and activate the ankles, activate the toes. A couple more times. Good. Okay, now standing in the left leg, lifting up the right leg, circling the right foot. Okay, so we're just going to rotate the right ankle. So the rest of your leg stays completely still. Okay, so I'm not moving the knee. We're focusing on the ankle. So that's the part we want to move. The rest of the body is still, relaxed. Go back the other way. And you try and keep it as circular and as fluid as possible. Very good. Other leg. Now, if you've got problems with your balance, you can place the foot on the ground and work the ankle, or the other way. Okay, if you need a little bit of support in your structure, that's what you can do. We're going to do it off the ground though. And with my right leg, I soften down a little bit. I soften the hip, so I feel completely planted in my right foot. Go the other way. Maybe you hear some clicking or cracking, or that's all right. It's just the ligaments, tendons rolling over, stretching. Good. Come back onto the left leg. Right foot is going to lead with the heel, not the toe, the heel. So you pass through the body and then back the other way with the heel. Yeah? So this opens up your hip joint. And because you have the weight of the leg, it makes it a little bit more difficult for your balance. Yeah? So make sure you soften the left heel, the left hip, so you're completely planted into the ground. Back and forward. Good. Other leg. Same thing. Maybe a lot of you are familiar with these movements already. It's fine. Go place it down. Okay, the next thing, I'm going to rotate the hip. So we're going to come back into the left leg. Now, any of these exercises that we do when you're standing on one leg, if you're worried about the balance, you can lightly touch a wall or a chair or something to help your balance to start with. And then gradually you can let go and try and find that balance yourself. It's important to eventually be able to stand on one leg, especially if you want to be doing the flow form. It's important for your balance, not only physically, but emotionally, psychologically. It's so important. We want to develop this ability to stand comfortably on one leg. Okay? Very important for you. So we're going to go onto the left leg again. The right hip is going to draw a circle and come forward. So it goes back, the leg goes back, and then pulls over, coming forward. You may hear lots of interesting sounds working in the hips. That's okay, that's fine. And then back the other way. Nice big full circle. Okay, if you're struggling with the balance, you can do small circles, you can even be slightly touching the ground, but if you're capable, do Do a big movement. Open those joints. Open the hips up. Good. Other side. So left leg going forward. Drawing over. And back the other way. You can do this for as many rotations as you want. Yeah, and if there's a particular area that you really want to work on, you can do it for more. You can do it for less, as you feel, as you feel. Now we're going to come back down onto the knees. We're going to place the feet together. Place the hands on the knees. Don't go too low, but just circle the knees. But as you do that, try to keep the feet on the ground. So try not to let the feet roll off. So this is also good for the ankles, and it's also good for the hips. And the other way. It's good for the Achilles. A lot of people have problems with the Achilles. Very good little exercise. Try to keep your back straight as well. When you're doing it, try not to hunch over. Try to keep the back straight. Yeah. Good. Then come up to the hips so the feet can come shoulder width stance again. Remember, shoulder width stance, not with the toes out, straight on the outside sole. Hands on the hips, circle. And when we're doing this circle, you're circling the hips. It feels at this point, the center line stays in the same place. Head basically stays in the same place. So you're not rotating the upper body, you're rotating the hips. The center of the body is moving the most. The circle should be nice and smooth. It shouldn't have edges to it. It should be nice and smooth. And feel how you can start opening up the back, the lower back with this one, and the other way. Very good for a lot of us when we're forced to be seated in a sitting position all the time. Very good to open the hips, open the back. Hips are so important in the flow form to get correct structure. These have to be open, but also strong. Good. Okay, after you've done that, we're going to swing to the left and the right. So here, keep your central axis very straight. Bahai, straight to the roof. You're not twisting, staying straight, and just swinging to the left and the right. So around the central axis. Keep the legs where they are. Try not to twist your body. Well, you are twisting, but try not to twist your center. Your center stays straight, and then you're twisting around it. So this is an unusual movement for Tai Chi, because in Tai Chi, wherever the hips point, our shoulders will follow. But here, we're starting to lead with the upper part of the body. And the upper part, the shoulders will twist further than the hips. This is not something we do in the Tai Chi. It's not something part of the Tai Chi principles. But it doesn't mean it's not a good movement. It's a very, very good movement, because when we're doing this, as I twist, I get a twist in the spine, in the vertebra. So all the vertebrae start twisting. They start stretching the cartilage between the vertebrae. The cartilage is a part of your body that doesn't have a blood supply. Okay, it does not have a blood supply. So you can't expect it to replenish, nourish itself through just the normal activities of the heart pumping, the circulation system. It's not going to nourish your cartilage. How you nourish your cartilage is through movement. It's like an osmosis process. For that to work, it's like a lymph system. You need to move. You need to move. Movement is so important. So here, when we twist like this, we do a fantastic job for the cartilage in the spine. Okay, this is an exercise that you can do for long periods of time. Okay, short periods of time as well. Now, if you have, say, a problem with the lower back is a little bit stiffer, The hands can be lower. Okay, the hands can work a little bit lower. If the middle back is a little bit tight, a little bit stiff, you can come up around the middle part of your body. Be aware of which part of the spine is getting the most twist. If the upper back, maybe even around the trapezius, is a bit stiff, go higher. Go higher. Oh, stretch that area out. Good, and just relax. Back should feel nice and alive now. Okay, now what we're going to do, we'll do a little bit of breathing with this one. So you're going to inhale and stretch back, and exhale, relax down. Keep the legs straight, don't bend the legs, keep the legs straight, relax. Inhale, come up. Exhale down, keeping the back straight. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now if the back, you have problems with the lower back, when you do this one, you don't have to go too far back. And when you come forward, just go as far as 90 degrees. You don't have to go lower. If you have any problems with your lower back, you've got to work for yourself. Okay, so just because I'm doing the exercise in a full motion, if your body is telling you you can't do that, do it where it feels comfortable. Okay, this is your practice. You must be aware of yourself. So if you had any past injuries, particularly with the back, be careful. Yeah? You still move, but move to the limitations that you can work with comfortably. Yeah? Comfortably. Okay. So after that one, we'll just place our hands behind the head. Now when we do this, don't be pathetic. Yeah? Don't close the chest in. Don't close the sternum area in. We know this is an area where we hold a lot of emotion, so we want this open, pull back. Okay? So here, my elbows aren't like that. Pull back, nice and open. Even standing in this posture will be difficult for some of us. And then just twist to the left and the right. To the left and to the right. But as you do so, yeah, don't close the elbows in as you come in. That will also give you a stretch, but it's not what we're after. Keep the elbows open. And other side. And other side. If you really want to get it right and you've got a stick at home, that's how you do it, with a stick. Boom. Boom. It keeps the shoulders and the upper back in the right position. Yeah? So if you want to work with it. Now, right hand, bringing it up, give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah? That's pretty good. I can do that well. Make sure the elbow goes high. Yeah? Elbow high. Not here. Okay? You're not doing this. Elbow high. So you stretch your rib cage. Rib cage wants to be open. Big. Forward. Okay, left. Same thing. If you have any problems with your shoulders, you'll notice when you do this exercise, one will feel different than the other. And then both. Opening the rib cage, feeling big. Pretty easy. Okay, now as we do that, we're going to turn. The arm that comes up, we're going to turn to the same side. So when my right arm comes up, I turn to the right. Notice how I'm turned to the right. Okay? As I turn to the right, my left hand comes up and it's going to hit into the rib cage. And the arms will hit, or the hands will hit at the same time. Yeah? Nice, smooth sound. And give yourself something. Don't be pathetic. Okay? Your body enjoys it. Wakes it up. It's nice for it. To the right. Then straight back to the left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Good. Okay. Should be open. Hold the hands out. Right hand forward. Okay, big rotation with the right hand. that means big, so not like this. Okay, when you're doing this movement, you want to stretch the rib cage, stretch the trapezius up, stretch fingers to the roof, fingers to the front, fingers down, fingers back. So stretch it. Okay, too many people when we're doing this exercise are too pathetic with it. Really stretch it. And back the other way. It's so important for our circulation system to get the hands above the head. As we get older, that happens less and less and less. This is a chance where we can work with our hands above the head. Fantastic for the circulation system, fantastic for the health, for the lymph as well. It's so important for the lymph. Left arm, forward, back. Both arms forward, like the butterfly, nice and big. Both arms back. Good. Okay, now one arm forward, one arm back. So we start out, but what they're going to do is they're going to meet above the head. So one hand will go back, one arm goes forward. The idea with this is you turn the same way as the hand going back. So here I'm going to the right because my right arm is going back. I come back to the front as it meets, and then I follow the left because it's going back. So you always follow the back hand. Yeah. This is also very good for the spine, particularly the upper spine. And then the other way. Okay, so if you can manage one way, then you should be able to do the other way. Good for the hemispheres in the brain. Good, and relax down. Okay, so you can see we've come up, slowly coming up. But I just want to come back to the chest a little bit, work slightly different areas of the chest. Okay, so what we're going to do, thumbs up, hands in front, pull the palms back. In, back, in, back, in, back. Thumbs down, back, 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 palms down. And palms up. This works different areas of the shoulder, of the deltoids, and also slightly different areas of your chest, pectorals, and the top of the back. Okay, so it's good to have your hands in different positions. Remember when your, say, hand is going down that way, so it's facing that way, keep it like that the whole way. Don't turn it. Yeah, because you start working in a different area. So try to understand the posture and keep it like that. Okay, rotate the shoulders forward. So big full circles, back, up, forward, down. You should feel you're working the trapezius area as well. These are these areas along here where we hold a lot of tension, where we hold a lot of emotion. We're opening this area. And the other way. Got it. Okay, let's come to the elbows. Keeping the hands like so, nice and open at the wrist. Keep the elbows where they are. So you're going to pivot, bringing the hands in, you're going to pivot around the elbow joint. Yeah, so our elbows are not moving. Elbows are a very important area when you practice the flow form. They always need to be heavy, so it feels like there's a big weight pulling off here, but it's staying in the same position. As soon as we start lifting the elbow, we start lifting the shoulder. When we lift the shoulder, we disconnect the arms from our torso. So it's important that the shoulder is relaxed and heavy, elbow is heavy, yeah? Pivoting, and it's not with the wrist, elbow, focusing on the elbow. Other way. Okay, there shouldn't be two smaller circles, they shouldn't be like that. Try and get them as flat as possible. As flat, not just little movements like so. Then you come to the wrist, rotate the wrist. So the rest of the forearm is now staying in the same place. You may hear a lot of clicking in the wrist, this is very common. Back the other way. And relax out and check them out. Thumbs over each other, so thumbs pointing down, one hand above the other, draw it in, then out, nice and straight, and back, and again, and back. This is great for the forearm, other side, so bottom hand will come over the top, out, back, out, and back. Good. Also good for the wrist, the ligaments and tendons in the wrist. Now the fingers, hold the palms up, closing from the thumb and the index finger. So closing, one after the other with the fingers, not together, one after the other, turn the palms in so they face the fist, or the fist face each other. Then open from the little finger, closing from the little finger, palms facing up, fist facing up. Index finger, little finger, little finger. Index, little finger, little finger. One more, index, little finger, little finger. And shake them out. You should feel when you're doing that, if you're doing it correctly, you should feel the back of your palm, the ligaments and the tendons opening up, working. It's very important to work the fingers, because in the flow form, your awareness extends to the fingertips, okay, not just to the palm, not just to the wrist. So you're not pathetic in the wrist. When you can have your awareness to the fingertips, you're strong in this area, full, open. Okay, okay. Now we'll come to the neck. So just with the head, drop the head forward, chin onto the chest, and back, and forward, back, forward, and back. To the left and to the right. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And then tilt the head, left, right. Make sure the trapezius stays relaxed, not lifting up. Left, right, left, and right. And then from there, just circle the head just comfortably. And other way. And there we are. Okay, we've gone through the rotational exercises.